Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new, I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life stories with autism and mental health, along with tips and advice plus fun and games. So if you're into any of these, feel free to subscribe on the bottom right hand corner and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any future videos. So today is going to be a special topic that has come up in one of the groups I am in the Facebook group of the Autism discussion dialogue, which you can find in the description of what I'm talking about of this group, but I'll also show you a little quick video of what they're about here right now. I want to take the time to thank Karen Bocci and some of the members of that group to actually allow me to participate in some of these discussions that we have in the groups, and I feel at ease when I am trying to, relate to some of the things that may go on or may not, if you know what I mean, as well as I say most times trying to get involved as much as I can in the discussions as possible. So here I am today to share my topic. So the topic as it reads above you will be about basically when did I find my voice as an advocate. And as we know, basically there'll be many reasons to why many autistics or mental health advocates or whatever needs to reach out to us and whatnot. I found my voice when basically it goes way back when I was in school, when I was struggling basically through my education, so to speak, because when I was younger, obviously before getting the diagnosis, which you can hear more about my diagnosis basically in my video of my AS diagnosis denied, which will be above me and below me. So if you want to watch that before continuing on the reasons to why, feel free, or just stick around to find out more. So the reasons why, as I said, it goes way back to when I was in schooling, when schooling wasn't that shit hot for me, because obviously many autistics or anyone in general do encounter ships of their struggles, be it through bullying, be it through just, their learning difficulties of their special needs, be it autism, be it other special needs that needs to thing. And I was one of the victims, obviously, as I was growing up, being bullied, obviously, due to, the way I may have spoken, how I speak and what I speak out on. This is also sometimes the way I was dressed, and I was a quite shy, conservative kind of young girl at the time growing up, obviously, and I felt kind of out of place because obviously at that time for me, I just thought I didn't fit in, blend in, because obviously, I was quiet for a long time, keeping to my books, just minding my own business, trying to stay out of trouble, harm's way in school while I was struggling with all these bullies and whatnot. And I thought to myself at the time, at one stage I did stand up for myself. A few counterships which obviously got me in trouble, obviously, was based on the principal having to call me in a couple of times, so to speak, when the bullies got away with it, when I actually accidentally one time but grabbed the bully by the scruff of his neck and actually pushed him to the lockers to get him out of my way, obviously. And in saying this, basically, I thought to myself as I was growing up, especially through my everyday struggles of my learning difficulties and whatnot, as well as finding out my diagnosis, that I thought enough is enough. I want to make a stand and actually do it, because as you know, this channel is all about raising awareness, and also inclusion and acceptance is where I'm at, hopefully, with this for you guys, as well as advocacy. Because obviously at this point in time also, that when I was getting bullied, also at that time I was getting to be in a dark place. I tend to a couple of times mixed with the wrong crowds, hearsay, one of which due to peer pressure trying to make me, do some things that I didn't feel comfortable in, be it, smoking, drinking and that. And also in saying this, that I felt that in that point of time, was it well worth it? I felt in my perspective, despite the everyday peer pressure we go through for most teens or young children alike to just fit in and blend in, I thought, no, enough is enough. Because at this point in time, I believe also in saying this, that when it comes down to it though, for advocating, we need to be aware of what the actual role of an advocate is, so to speak, not to overstep the mark of actually invading the person's privacy that we're speaking on behalf of. And also in saying this, that I believe that, you know, from what I've been through, I believe I could be a good advocate for people like me on the autism spectrum, as well as maybe on the mental health side of it as well, so that I can just support with this, you know. And like, I have a lot of empathy, even though also I've noticed that, you know, people do try me with my patients, because obviously many people notice I give people chance after chance after chance, but I know I'm trying to learn now that enough is enough. I need to just make sure it's just one chance for them, and if they blow it, that's it, if you get me. And in saying this also, I've learned while I've been, you know, advocating, that it can be a long, hard journey, especially when you're wanting to speak out on your life experiences, life stories and that, because obviously many of us, myself included, feel the fear of being judged, humiliated by others and whatnot. And, you know, I just thought, no, I better just make the stand in that, because also in saying this, as an advocate, basically, despite my dark times, like, I found my voice more basically through my boyfriend, because obviously the one that you've seen, Lala, on my channel, obviously he's making me trying to come out of my shell more, you know, despite it. And I know he means well, despite that sometimes I still feel a bit uneasy about certain things I do with him, but trying to tell this to him goes in one out of the other. But other than that, he has been supportive, which is good to a point anyways, even though he still struggles in his means of how to go about, you know, supporting me versus like knowing what's best for him as an epileptic and whatnot, sort of thing. Since we all have different special needs, we need to meet them somewhere. It's all about compromising as well. But in saying this also, like, another reason to why I felt to advocate was basically like others like me that were being bullied, and I thought that I better be a voice to them, you know, or shall we say for them, because at the end of the day, that, you know, some people are really unfortunate to have a voice to speak out because of, like I said, fear of humiliation, being judged, being bullied again, or whatever it may be. And like, I shared this about basically, you know, don't tell me what to do, or something about my, you know, I've got a voice, do not tell me how to speak, in one of my videos, which I'll list in the description as well as above me, so that you can get a touch on what I'm saying. But basically why I wanted to become an advocate was because of the lack of advocates here in New Zealand, especially where I am in the Manawatu region. So hopefully maybe sometime in the near future they'll open doors for me to actually have that opportunity to advocate for others like me in the mental health and autistic community groups, so to speak, because obviously at this point of time there has been some advocates or people representing as an advocate in some other parts of New Zealand, and I feel that there needs to be more groups out there, because obviously I'm trying my hardest to find the means and accommodation for myself to actually, as I said, get involved as much as possible, so to speak. So yeah, that's one of them as well. So I think this is all I can cover right now. So if you like this, smash like, comment below. Feel free to comment below also for any one of you that are watching right now, that if you are doing this as a form of advocacy on your channel or wherever you may be, you know, why the reasons to why you did it, so to speak, because as we know, we need to be feeling safe and not be judged upon, because there's too much, as I said, discrimination, hate and all that, and I'm trying to hopefully abolish the stigma and stereotyping, which I believe I have done it in my case. So no further ado guys, thanks for watching. Do love what I do. Don't forget to follow me on my social medias while it comes up. This is also, as I said before, that I've also got a Patreon account that basically helps me based on creating more videos like these and getting the equipment and whatnot. So if you want to, you know, donate, big or small, feel free to pop over to my Patreon account. It's no biggie if you don't want to, so to speak. If you want me to continue on advocating for you guys, as well as sharing my life stories. And also in saying this, basically I've got a merch store that is still needing to be probably tidied up as well as in saying this, I'm trying to tidy up also as a quick update my blog sites, so hopefully I can still use it as a website, which I'm still trying to find maybe someone to help me out on that front, so that we can get the ball rolling to get it activated and that, so that you can see what I do, you know, off the screen maybe as well. If you want behind the screen footages, I'll try my hardest to show you some of it in a later date of what my life is like as an autistic, of my everyday struggles as well. So enough for the do, guys. Thanks for support, and I'll see you again soon. Ciao for now.